in our environment, creating disgusting scenarios, and part of these dumped plastics are washed into our rivers with the potential of causing serious health impacts. Today, we are here to be a part of the ongoing dialogue on how, as a nation, we can do our best to end the plastic pollution to ensure protection against environmental pollution. This is part of the efforts we have been doing, where the public have been sensitized on the impacts of littering and poor waste management. And that having said, Honorable Minister, I must emphasize that we are encouraged about the overwhelming support as an authority we are always receiving from many communities around the country. We have engaged into countless cleanup campaigns in an effort to keep their environments debt-free. Thus, having said, Honorable Minister, there is much to be done, which explains why we are here today, joining hands with the global community, about 100 countries who are also celebrating the Day for a World Environment since its launch in 1974.
Consider how we can make changes in our everyday lives to reduce the heavy burden of plastic pollution on our places, our livestock and wildlife, including our own health. Let me give you some statistics which we got from the internet, I think. Every year, the world uses 500 billion plastic bags. In the last decade, we produced more plastic than in the whole last century. 50% of the plastic we use is single-use or disposables. We buy 1 million plastic bottles every minute. Every year, we use 17 million barrels of oil to produce plastic bottles for our water. In 2016, 480 billion drinking bottles were sold worldwide. Plastic makes 10% of all the waste we generate. And this costs billions of dollars, which we can use for something else or to fight poverty. While plastic has many valuable uses, we have become over-reliant on single-use or disposable plastic, as the board chair just indicated, and this is causing severe environmental challenges. We all need to continue exploring sustainable alternatives and urgently reduce production and excessive use of plastic.
Leyo mali leyo bekunene lese ihamba yolungisa lawo ma drainage system, ngabe imali le ngabe siyisebenzise enthuthukweni yelive ubona ukuthi imisebenzi siyakha kanjani kuqedza kuphuya even bekunene. Leyo mali sesiyithethe ke bekunene sayisebenzisa kabi ngekuthi thine sibese sesilahla kabi ungqola bekunene. Umuntu bekunene akancuse emaswati ukuthi sibambisane kakhulu kulolo hlangothi bekunene. Sine nasikhula kadzeni bekunene vele lama plastic bekangekho ekukhuleni kwethu. Sikhule kunana kuma paper bag lobe siphatha kona nasiyothenga besingalathi nje iplastic thina lapha evele lemaswati. Boye uthi noma ngawe esitolo uyothenga shukela noma uyothenga amagayiwe abamathi ke magayiwe labantu ukhanze ukuthi lo lesitolo uphethe insinjana yakhe yokukala akuthi vakhu lo shukela noma leyo mvubelo abese uthatha leli phepha lakhe so uyalivula kahle uyalivula so uyakuthelela la ekhathi kuleli phepha so ubeka lapha esikalini uyakala ukuthi lo shukela lo mthenga kwamalini vele so mbona hlathi ngale spoon sakhe anciphisa sehle kahle lesikali sakhe bekunene so uyagoqela ke leli phepha ngoba lona liyakhona ukuphangisa libone lapha emhlabathini bekunene alilingisi le plastic lehlala inkulungwane yeminyaka sikhuleke kunjalo thina bekunene simaswati besiphila kanjalo.
without a levy or tax, we cannot change behavior. Just the advocacy alone won't be enough. There has to be a pinch where someone pays for the plastic, for them not to throw it away. That's economic theory anyway. It's not my, it's just a theory of it. So the levy should be significant enough as well to effect behavior change. Otherwise it becomes a waste of time, like in South Africa. So it should be a big pinch such that someone knows that they either have to use a reusable bag or they don't use the plastic at all. And then collected funds from that plastic levy or tax should be channeled to environmental initiatives that will help clean up the environment, and support of startup businesses that focus on recycling initiatives should be encouraged as well. And then the last one, I have this class picture that I have. So if, let's say, there was a total ban of plastics in the country, then you would have someone maybe taking their groceries from their trolley. If they have a car, then they just put it at the boot of their car and then off they go home. But then just think of an experience of someone that has to take a bus. Can they do that? No, definitely they cannot. So for them, they definitely need something to carry. So in terms of that, then it's a difficult task to carry the plastic sketch. So we need to come up with ways in which we can help that guy on the right with a solution on how he can carry his groceries when they are in the bus. Thank you very much for the attention.
Isikhathi ebusuku nje utibona nathi ngikhanye na line elihamba lithi ebusuku. Now bara lethu ngikhanye tileto ke. Boso science bathi about 240 to 400 billion stars. Bathi ke thina ama plastic lamancane ama pieces, they are 500 times that number. 51 trillion microplastics lakhona floating somewhere. So, and also some of that waste, plastic waste, is coming from imifula. Imifula, so imifula bese ke seyingena lelwandle ngoba sathi nje uthi yonke imifula ikhonze elwandle. Nathi ke inombolo letinye lebathi bekako lapha ke siyabona ke lamanye lemimfula lemikhulu yabo China nakuphi kuphi. Even abo Nigeria and other countries. But akasengena ukuthi yile plastic umbe, I'll just try to be very quick on this one. Kubuka nje ukuthi le plastic yona yakheke kanjani because plastic lokuthi sitobuka lama impacts ayo. Plastic basically is made from fossil fuels or petroleum in this case. Letholakala ekhathi emathunjini emhlaba nako oil ngalama fish. So thina ke bese sesiyaphamba ke ngema rigs ayindlela ehlukene. And siyathi ke petroleum ukuthi it's a finite resource, so iyaphela. At some point, yes, some countries might boast of huge reserves, but at some point itawuphela. And the petroleum ke siyathi ukuthi associated with another problem lesale sikhuluma ngayo, which is what? Climate change. Plastic basically comes from a Greek word which shows it to mold. And basically, plastic is what is called biochemistry, a synthetic polymer. Synthetic, now, gamma, ulhlatia, ulihinza, lisho formed together many parts. So you basically, uhlanganisa tinto letine, nabakubuka. So ngalethi thombe nje nangu bakusho ukuthi bahlanganisa monomers. The most common one is ethylene. Which basically produces lama plastic bags lesikhuluma ngawo. So naseke kunenge polymer, which is many parts, so it's polyethylene. So sike bahlanganisa labo ethylene. So the plastics are organic, if you like to call it that, because they contain carbon atoms. So again, the process, as you can see, we manufacture the plastic. This is one typical process. Of course, there might be variations here and there. But it basically starts from oil extraction, we have distillation, when you have polymerization, when you have polymers, mixing and loading, and so on and so forth. Again, there's a lot of energy that is being used there. And of course, the byproducts, the pollution, and other things. Kusakhiwa nje plastic, seka ina se market. Kusakhiwa lona.
subsection E, rather I, says, it is the duty of every citizen to protect and safeguard the environment. The issue of environment is also raised in section 261. Again, it talks to the environment in the same document, our supreme law of the land. It says, government to ensure a holistic and comprehensive approach to environmental preservation and to put in place an appropriate environmental regulatory framework. This is what I was calling for from the minister. I said, I still want to maintain that. Because the national constitution says the government, which is the minister responsible for environment here, must come up with a regulatory framework which has still not reached me as a mover of the motion. And I'm not amused, SEA. Before we talk all these things, there is need, as per the Constitution, to have a framework that is going to guide us. Now, we may talk 202 environmental management, 202 Environmental Management Act of 202. That act also provides that each minister must have, must have an environmental strategy, a strategy to manage the environment. Each ministry, ministries, must please, at the end of this session, finish with their strategy, because this is a legal requirement. And I want to say to the Environmental Authority, abaham the pay. Bayongena le bese bayeta la kithi sinaje. Stawufike thina sikhulume ngalolu lwala ngekhathi. Kuthi this ministry is not supposed to appear in parliament. It's not supposed to get a budget because it does not have a strategy for environmental management. Our role as members of parliament is not to give bread. It's not to entice you. Our role is oversight over the executive. So if the executive has not put in place legal frameworks that are going to regulate environmental use, then the country is in danger. And the people, the 55 members we elected, means they are not doing their work.